Hi, I'm Ann Heffron. I wrote the book You Don't Look Adopted, and Aimee is a friend of mine, and she has a meditation practice that I think could benefit so many adopted people. And so I asked her if we could, if well, actually, I inserted myself into her into her idea of getting her work out there because I wanted to be part of it. And so here I am with Aimee.
Hi, it's nice to be with you, Anne, and everyone else. So I just have to share my appreciation for Anne and all that she's done for the community of humans on the planet and especially adoptees. And I've gotten to work with Anne over the past few years in a lot of different capacities and get to know Anne. And I appreciate the work she's done because it allowed me the space to see how important meditation was in my life and to find my desire to bring it to adoptees. So thanks, Anne.
Yay!
Yay. And laughter.
I
Laughter is a
laughed her.
big part of it.
So I had some ideas about what I needed as a meditator. So Aimee and I have been talking about it, and we were talking about how to even start this. Like, what is the first meditation she should offer or she could offer? And I was asking her. She's so much more has so much more practice at meditation than I have, and so I want to learn from her. And what I found in my recent meditation practice was that when I when I used to try to meditate, I would get thrown off by my heart. My heart would get anxious, and I couldn't find a way to ground myself. And recently, what I realized was when I was able to tap into the sense of an original self, my core self, or the sense of being alive, like the tingling in my body and my hands and my feet, that then I could go into a meditative state because I was grounded in my body in a way that felt safe instead of triggering my fight or flight. And so do you have anything to offer?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's perfect, right? Well, like for people who don't have a meditation practice, it's like, well, how do you even start? Is what I
Mhm.
hear you kind of
And
telling
why?
me.
And why would I even want to do it?
And why would you even want to do it? And the thing we've had a lot of conversations, and now we're sharing it publicly. What our conversations? So we'll catch you up on our conversations. And part of that is also talking about being a human with a dysregulated nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you like find the entry point to where can I start? And how like does that not, because that's what I heard you describe, right? Is that when your nervous system's dysregulated, you're afraid of what you might experience, or you don't even can't like literally get yourself to sit in a place long enough to experience it. And so for me, I didn't know, like I was thinking about all the self-development kind of things I've done over the years, and I didn't even know that my nervous system was dysregulated. I had
Mm-hmm.
no idea that I was an anxious person, and I didn't understand. And I didn't also realize that so much of it stemmed from being an adoptee, and not even the adoptee part, but the relinquished part of me. And so going back to the meditation, I did all these things over the past 10 years to find myself being so excited about meditation because that was the thing that worked the fastest for
Mm-hmm.
regulating my nervous system. And that's why I'm so excited to share it with other people because I have been able to find that place inside of me, what you're talking about. It started with the like aliveness, like in my fingers and toes and physical body. And it's like, you've got to take that aliveness and find a seat and
Mm-hmm.
just sit there for a few minutes and kind of start. And, you know, Glennon Doyle talks about being in her closet floor and finding that quiet place, you know, and for me, and we'll share a short meditation at the end of our conversation, is thinking about even as adoptees or people with dysregulated nervous systems that there might be all these fractured parts, but sitting in a quiet place allows the sort of web to come in between the fractured parts. And slowly for myself, I found that it's like, oh, I'm not that like broken, shattered person. That's not really real. That's like an interpretation. But through meditation is the way that I got to experience the wholeness in myself, and that feeling of the, and depending on how spiritual you are and like what other practices you have, of all the different things that we hear about in that oneness of the universe. It's like that's the quickest, easiest route I found. And the thing about meditation is that it has like these lasting effects.
Yeah, and I think that doing it with other people, like with you and me, I think for adopted people, if they first get into their body to sit for meditation and they start to feel that tingling, like they start to feel the awareness that they're in their body, that could send them catapulting to when they were relinquished and being in their body was actually a dangerous place. And so I think it's getting used to the feeling of being alive and not getting triggered that then you're in trouble. That it's this having, for me, it was having a mantra of I am safe, I am safe, I am safe, to link the idea of sitting quietly and feeling alive, did not have it bridge me to terror, and to acknowledge that that actually could be happening. And so what if you and I start meditating and do this practice and experience like being in a body with other bodies and that we're safe?
Yeah, I would love to. But before we do, I just want to mention a couple things, because what I'm hearing you talk about is this idea that it's not safe to be in the body, and also the like awareness of like your own energy in the body. And so I want to just share that, one, yeah, like having your own energy in your body is completely safe for you, for other people. It's just the thing is like, what if we have other people's energy in our bodies? Which as adoptees, I think that's part of it. It's like we didn't feel safe, or we didn't know we were safe. And because we had so much parent energy from all the sides of the parents, not being
I
safe.
think I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. Like even, yeah, like part of I'm wondering if this is other people's experience. Like I'm thinking about that I'm going to be getting in my body and my brain is getting overwhelmed right now with too much information.
Okay. Well, we can talk about the too much information another time.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about it, and I know you do too, but let's practice.
Yeah. Is that all right?
And what I was trying to share was actually about being grounded in the body. That when we're safe, when we're grounded in the body, we're safe because we can let go of all the extra information that's not ours. And so it makes space for us to be in our own bodies and have our own space, so we can have seniority in our space. So that's the practice. So, but we can talk about all the other things later. So, so we'll just do this for a few minutes. It's not going to be 30 minutes. So don't feel overwhelmed about time. We'll just get into it. So I hope wherever you are, you can just notice and give yourself a nice big breath, that you have a seat, hopefully that you're seated upon, and even your feet on the floor, and you can find your back growing a little taller, and just give yourself a nice big breath. And we can just allow ourselves this even present moment and coming into present time of just feeling what it feels like to have air expand in our lungs. As we come into this place, that may be enough for us to just be safe here in this moment, breathing in and breathing out. And just begin to notice that you're here in this body and there's someone on the inside, that observer that we think about sometimes, and just say hello to that being that you are on the inside. Hello, beautiful being, and it's in the center of your head. And just notice this space and It's like you can imagine you might even be like on Star Trek, and it's the bridge looking out all the windows of the starship. Here you are on the inside. Hello. And from this neutral place, we can just say hello and even imagine you're on the inside looking down and see that space at the tip of your tailbone. And just imagine that from this place, you can be grounded all the way down to the center of the earth, and that it's like a giant tree trunk that you're just seated upon. And just imagine that it grows that strong trunk all the way down with the roots rooting into the center of the planet. And there's space just to release and let go of everything that you're ready to release and let go of. And from this moment, just allow yourself to have a little more space for you. Whatever's not yours in present time in this moment can just be released and let that energy be recycled and go off to the people or places that it belongs to. And so just replenish your own space. You can imagine up above your head, you can see this big, beautiful golden sun. And it's like that warmth of the sunlight. If you're ever outside on a chilly day and you have that warmth of the sunlight coming upon you, just imagine that you have the ability to tap into that warmth that belongs to you, that energy and light that's yours. And just say hello to it up above your head and let it get big and bright. You can go ahead and just imagine it's like a pitcher. You can pour it on in through the top of your head and fill up your whole physical body. And just allow yourself to receive that energy that's yours returning to you, and let it go all the way down to your toes and your feet, filling you up like a glass of water, all the way through your legs, your hips, your back, and your torso, filling up your shoulders and your arms, your chest, through your neck and your head. Just imagine that you have, in this moment, your own space filled with your own energy. You can even imagine you're seated in a bubble just around you. That's your space. Just notice what you notice about this space, this safe space that you're creating for yourself. Whenever you feel like it, you can tune in and tap into this grounding cord wherever you go in your day, and give back to yourself with this golden sun and your breath. Just allow yourself that memory that breath is accessible wherever you go. And just as we've been here in this moment, we can begin to acknowledge our physical bodies with a little pat. Just touch your legs, find your lap, even your arms or your cheeks, and say hello to your body. And thank you, body, for this time. And give yourself a nice big breath and find a sway or a wiggle as you begin to find your place here in the room and wherever you are. And just thank you for this time.
Thank you, Aimee. I feel like I took an inside shower.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, like that inside shower might feel really great, and new things like you might realize when you're having that, and like when you have a regular shower, like all the good thoughts come then. And so, as the people that are joining us, or any of us, that this is new to have this practice, it's an unfolding. So I hope you enjoy the unfolding of this.
Thank you, Aimee.
Thanks, Anne.